Hello and welcome back to Inquisitor Martyr. Last time we rescued the Alpha Pariah, beat the Great Unclean One, and finished the base game's story. Now we have to talk to Captain Van Winter for the first part of the Prophecy DLC. The thing is, we're going to talk to her, but then not do that mission, because I want to do some of the Chaos Undivided and Drukhari Menace DLCs. Or, that's not their names, but those missions from some of the DLCs. Part because I had already said I was going to do them, and because the way the story, if for some reason you forgot the previous episode, how it ends is the martyr, the spirit of the martyr says, hey, I will not let you take the Alpha Pariah just yet because she is not ready. So, in my own little way of kind of continuing continuity, we're going to do some other stuff and then come back to that DLC, to Prophecy, and complete it then to kind of show, like, hey, this is what's happened now. This is the story that's happened while we were doing other stuff. So let's talk to Van Winter.
We received an urgent message while you were away. It was Inquisitor Goslar. Again.
You don't sound delighted, Captain. Not that I blame you. Open the channel.
Inquisitor, since your investigation has ended, you may serve the Imperium in more direct ways. The Holy Orders of the Inquisition need you in the Nereus system, urgently. As of today, we have lost contact with the Tempestus Citadel, the main stronghold of the Caligari Conclave. This is a heavily fortified star fort, protected by Imperial battleships and other more exotic measures. This communication blackout is highly unusual. We suspect sinister reasons. For this reason, I strongly recommend that you travel to the Nereus system and offer assistance to the Tempestus Citadel. Should you experience any hostile activity, deal with it with extreme resolve. The Emperor protects.
Okay, I have to talk to the captain again.
Inquisitor, we have received word from various rogue trader contacts in the Atroxia subsector that an ancient battered fortress monastery has been spotted in the Draco system at various times. It is refusing to answer all hailing.
By the Emperor, the Martyr has returned from the warp. This is colossal news, Captain.
I wanted to make sure that it was not a false alarm, but all subsequent astropathic messages confirm that it is indeed the Martyr, docking at Port Valentius. Star map has been updated with the coordinates.
We have no time to lose then. This is my chance to shed light on the true mystery of the Alpha Pariah.
If she is still alive.
Okay, now we're going to ignore that. And let's start with the enemy below, because that was the first thing we got from Inquisitor Goslar early on in the story.
Head Priest, I'm in the Underhive to investigate the case of mass disappearances. Talk to me. Stability of the Hive itself. We have no time to lose. I will follow the trails into the Underhive. Contact me when you have something. Target eliminated.
Now, if you don't remember the bit about this, we were given information about a group of what looked to be chaos ships showing up over a planet and a series of disappearances happening. And now we're just investigating those disappearances. Man, it kind of sucks. The weapon we got for one of the bigger weapons we got from the completing the story was a melee weapon, but it's a one-hander, so its capabilities are kind of lacking. If I can get a matching one, I think I'll be fine, but right now it's kind of painful to use. But I hope everybody enjoyed the ending of the base game story, fighting a great unclean one, as annoying as that fight was. I'll be honest, I didn't know that it actually flowed, like you could use the same character and flow into the rest of the story, because they had added the Tech Priest, and when I got the DLC, I just fired up the Tech Priest, and his storyline starts at the end of the base Martyr game. I also got these stun mines, which, for stun mines, are kind of strong. They're not killing guys, but they're definitely doing the stunning that they should do, which I can appreciate. I might even switch off this weapon for a plasma gun, or
Loading!
really just anything I can get my hands on at this point. Because the melee weapons, like I said, I like two-handed melee. I think that's, at least for this character, I think that's where the weapons really shine. Otherwise, one-handed weapons, they're pretty disappointing. Unless you can get your hands on, like, two of the same, then you can use, like, dual grav guns and get the higher end abilities going, or... Honestly, I'd dual wield grav guns, why not? Might be interesting. I might just make a couple and do that next time around. I don't get my sick damage over time buffs, but I'm willing to accept that. Look at that pool. And I think it's only, I want to say 3 DLCs that actually take place in this kind of, here's a main story that we're going to inject into your normal campaign kind of deal. The rest went in more of, they went in the same direction as, like, these random gen missions. And that is, next to the terminal, or the star chart, I can talk to an astropath, and I can get 3 random assignments, or I can do the DLC assignments, where it's like, hey, you know, chaos is attacking this world. We can just charge in, have a, like, decent defense, or completely lock down an area, and then depending on what you choose, that has different success and failure rates, different things it sends you on missions, and then it kind of pays out like, hey, in the end this is what happens, here's your reward, here's your casualties, penalty for casualties, so on and so forth. Which I think is a fine way of doing some of the later stuff. Because some of the DLCs, I feel like if they just kept shoving, with how many there, if they kept shoving them in your face, just like, hey, here's a new mission, it would get really tiresome and you'd get just bogged down in just 1.5 million missions. Nothing says stun mine quite like exploding a dude into meat chunks.
Loading.
Too bad I'm out of mines now. And this will be a trap.
Such a clear trap against an Inquisitor. A few turrets away.
Honestly, if you are finally like realizing it, never do those chests. The chances of paying out, I swear, are like maybe 5%. Every time I do them, it's just like, hey, here's 3 tarantula sentry guns. It's like, come on. You can have the, hey, it's actually booby-trapped. But when it gets to the point where I expect them all to be booby-trapped, the booby-trap factor kind of fails.
Pain is salvation. Purified. Pain is salvation.
Honestly, grav guns might be good because they're heavy terrain destroyers, and that would be useful just to chew through some of these rooms that are just full of stuff.
Preparing an ambush. Next time, warn me in advance. I found you guilty of heresy.
One big concern I have about my build is I gave up some of my health on hit stuff,
Reloading.
so my survivability's kind of going pear-shaped right now. You know, it has the chance of paying out, but it also has the chance of going really wrong.
Remarkable.
Would you look at that?
A soul-bound warp creature protects
Oh.
the chest.
Didn't even notice the chest there. Oh, this would be easy. It'd be kind of cool if they also mixed up what chaos demons there were.
Time to reap the reward.
Give me something good. I can't complain. For how easy the fight was, if they gave me something too good, it'd be trivial, so...
Teleport beacon in range.
Okay, where do we gotta go next? Either up or right. We'll just go up.
Cleansing shots fired.
One thing I do wish the DLCs would have done is add more weapons to use, or even just, this is a bit greedy, but add it as a free update, just like, hey, here's another gun you can use, here's one we made, cross-class. Just a little something to, not even like reward players, but just to help, like I've said before, with build diversity. Who's in this room?
But late again. Your calculations are correct, but late again. Cleansing shots fired.
Wow, those mines took everybody out.
Cleansing shots fired. Eradicated. Teleport beacon in range.
Now let's hit this last area and get to the Underhive. Which actually brings me to something to mention. The whole Underhive thing. People, for the most part, for 40K, a lot of people live in hive cities. These are, your Judge Dredd Mega City 1, your typical Neo-Tokyo style big megaopolis cities with floors and floors and floors and floors of residential and offices and all that stuff. You got people living in the Underhive, which Necromunda is a great example. You have people who are living in essentially just swampish waste dumps. You have people who have never really seen the sky, or people who've never seen the ground. All they've seen is, the bottom or the top. You have these extremes that there's no real equivalent to in reality yet. It's kind of a trademark, cyberpunk thing you see a lot, and it's still interesting. Granted, not every human world has hive cities. Many of them, if they're farming worlds, they're typical agrarian. People live in a house on a farm. Some worlds are pretty much medieval. The level of technology varies very greatly, and that results in a lot of planets having different habitation styles.
There is nothing else to learn here. The corruption seems to seep into the depths of the Underhive. I must press on.
And that is all for now. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to hit the like button. It helps out the channel a lot. If you are new, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.